Our first game today is Santorini, initially published in 2016 with a second edition in 2025. This review is going to focus on that one. 2 to 4 players, ages 8 plus, 20 minutes-ish to play. This game was designed by Gord and published by Roxley.
Santorini is a strategy game set in the world of ancient Greece. Each player controls 2 builders trying to reach the 3rd level of any structure. Structures are built with plastic pieces to create up to 3 levels. The start player selects 2 god cards for the game, and the other player chooses which one of the god cards they want to use before play begins. Each of the 32 god cards gives players a rule-breaking ability to use throughout the game. The turns are easy. On your turn, you move one of your builders to an adjacent space. When moving, you can only step up 1 level, but any number of levels down. Then construct a building level adjacent to the builder you moved. You can even build on top of a structure's 3rd level by placing a dome on top to prevent an opponent from claiming victory. If one of your builders reaches the 3rd level on your turn, you win the game. The second edition of Santorini features the return of the floating island and includes upgraded building, hero figures, and the god cards have been revised and rebalanced. So, fairly simple game. I will say this right out of the gate. I enjoy this one. However, the rules are very simple, but for some reason, it could just be me. The actual rule book seemed not intuitive. And again, that could be 100% on me, but in practice, the game is very simple. But there was something about either the layout or the way that it was, they fit it on kind of one sheet that you can just flip back and forth. There was something that I just kind of got in the way for me. But
well, I had a similar experience about 5 years ago when I used to own the Golden Fleece edition, and so I guess not a buyer beware, but a strong recommendation. Learn the game with somebody. You know, you don't have to be the game manager and game master and do the perfect teach, and just kind of slog through that first game with somebody. It could be your kid. It could be, you know, the same person you usually play games with, and kind of go through it together. That would be my recommendation. I think it's one that once you play it, the rules make sense, but it's not one for, I had the exact same experience sitting down, reading it like, okay, because the adjacency rules and some of the things that I think we should just dive in and talk about what you're actually doing and how it works and what's awesome about it.
yeah, I mean, you're just trying to get one of your workers to the 3rd level of the buildings that you're building, and you build them up 1 level at a time. The rules are simple.
Meaning you can only jump a worker 1 level at a time as well.
So you can go up to 1, and then the 1 can go to 2, and then the 2, if he gets to 3, wins you the game. And so the simple rules, but it can get pretty thinky pretty fast, especially with the god powers, because this is, by all accounts, an abstract strategy game. So the more you play the game, the more you know where your vulnerabilities are. And, okay, so if I put this here, then that will open up that. He could move there. He could build a dome on it, or he could climb up. And so
especially if you're playing with the same person, because you kind of see.
I don't think that matters, actually. I think it's not necessarily about the player. I think it's about the number of times you've played the game. You become more familiar with where those openings and opportunities are for you and against you.
All right. Now I'm going to share my perspective.
Yeah.
Is that the game changes dramatically based on the ability that your worker has.
Sure.
It just completely shifts strategy, length. You know, when I say 20 minutes-ish, I've played a handful of 10-minute games, and I wasn't always the winner, folks, because I kind of left a pathway to victory open for my opponent, you know. But yeah, definitely, I guess, were you saying repeated plays you're going to get better at, or repeated plays you're going to see the strategies? What were you saying?
Yes,
okay.
The more you play the game, the more you will see where you are leaving opportunities for your opponent and strategizing your own. The first couple times you play this, you're like, oh, I'll build this here, and then you'll get beat by something, and then you'll know, I can't do that. I need to watch out for that. And then there's the thought process of, as those god powers are there, oh, he can move extra spaces, so he could actually get there. on this turn, or he could build twice in a turn, so he can do this. So there is more thinking that happens the more that you're familiar with the game. The first couple times you play it, it's just going to be like, oh, I'll try this, and then it closes in, and you're like, oh, I can't do those things all the time. And so that's where
gotten that person out of the corner.
Yeah, so those are the things that I think repeated plays add to the length and the thinkiness of the game, because the first time you play it, you're just kind of putting stuff out there. The second time, there can be a little bit of thought process before each and every move, because you need to kind of mentally think, if I put this here, then what are they doing? And then what do I do? Yeah, you're thinking 2 or 3 turns ahead on every potential move that you might make. So if you're a fan
and then you just have to pull the move. You just got to go.
I mean, if you are a fan of chess or those type of abstract games, this is going to be an awesome version that's adding the god powers. There's 4 small expansions for this game that add more god cards, like 17 or 18 per pack, and then different play modes that kind of change up the rules as well. So there's a lot of content if you're looking for a chess-like experience in a modern gaming world.
And the production is fantastic. As with all the Roxley games I've ever played, there's so much in that box. We actually had to do a second take on this intro because I thought we had the Super Collector's Edition, and Doug had to correct me and say, nope, it's just the base. Because looking at it, it's like, man, I love the feeling. I'm doing a hard shift here. Did you have anything else to say besides the production being great and Roxley doing what Roxley does?
Yeah.
I love being able to build up as high as I can, meaning I can only move up 1 level, but I can build up to 3 levels. Yeah, I can be down on the ground floor and cap the building next to me and put that, is it blue?
Yes.
Blue top on it so that the other player can't jump up to level 3 and get the win. And I really like how that works, but I think that's where some of the learning of the game falls for me, because when I hear adjacent, I don't always think, oh, I can build in any direction. I can build diagonally. And when the moving is 1 level, but then the building, I can go as high as I want. But then when you play it in that little 5x5 grid, Doug just talked about chess. It is one of those things. It's very difficult to explain how chess works until somebody is sitting at the table and is like, oh, okay, that's what the bishop does. That's what you mean by move diagonally as far as I can. And Santorini has that as well. Just a great little game. And I love how the powers just completely shift the actual gameplay too in the strategy.
Yeah, well, and you have to get beat by the bishop once to understand how powerful it can be, right?
Yeah,
like one
chess,
of those.
I didn't run across the bishop yet in Santorini.
No, not yet. He could be in there.
Maybe the bishop.
Maybe one of the expansions. This is, it's interesting because although I enjoy my playing of this game, and it certainly fits a lot of places. I don't think there's really, you can go pretty young with this game, probably 8, right? Would work well in the classroom. It has all of those things for it. It's probably not one that I'm going to keep around for a long time because I don't know how often. It's not necessarily my style of game that I enjoy. But I am interested in what they've done with the cooperative expansion, which they have, which we're going to be diving into over the next
mid-review right now,
month or so. So I'm intrigued to see what they're doing with that because that's what originally intrigued me about it. I played the original Santorini a long time ago. It was fine. It worked, and it's like a great game. And what they've done with the new version, production-wise, there's a lot of game in the box. If you love that style of game, it's not necessarily my style of game, or I should say, not a style that's going to get off of the shelf a lot of times in my house. So it's not one that I need to have around, but I am very interested in the puzzly version of the cooperative to see how that all works together. That intrigues me.
And that's an interesting take. For me, this is a game that I will probably seek out and reacquire. I really like what Roxley did with the updated version, how everything just fits together in the box, the floating island. It's all right there. This would sit on my shelf right in between like Azul and Boop. You know, a game that if my nephew's over or my brother-in-law's over, nope, we've got less than an hour, but let's go ahead and play. We're not getting all of Space Base and Bad Company out here, but I want to show you Santorini. I had an experience that I haven't had with our show. We're revisiting a game and kind of falling back into a game like, oh yeah, I really do like this. And that's one thing of the hobby with games coming in and out and getting republished and getting remastered and tweaked, that I really like what Roxley did here with this latest version of Santorini. The only other thing, just quick little thing, I'll send it back to you. Santorini is a cool place. Yeah. Have you ever been there?
No, I have not.
Add it to my list of places I want to go to because I played a board game. So there is a lot of history with that. I don't want to call it a village or a city. I haven't been there, so I don't want to upset the people, the Santorinians. But looks like a cool place. And if you just do a Google search, you'll see the domes right there. The same pieces that you put on top are a feature of the city. They have the blue domes.
All right, so that is Santorini 2nd edition from Roxley.